I'm Julia from Jooya Teaching Resources, and welcome to this little video. So tonight I'm going to talk to you about how to listen to a piece of music and use the melody mind map, and actually then start writing about music, melody and music, using the mind map as a basis. So just to let you know, I do use this stuff. I literally was yesterday preparing an assessment task for my year 11s, which are now year 12, because they'll be year 12 in 2022, and I give them a task at the end of year 11, which they have for the holidays. They don't particularly like me for that, but I give them plenty of time because there's 12 questions, and I give them mind maps, and they have to actually do give me a really good answer that they've really worked on to get the best possible answer. So they get plenty of time to actually do this answer. It's a really good sort of revision and stuff. But the thing is, I do use these mind maps, okay, that I find them invaluable in the classroom. They just really help the kids, and they seem to be a bit more visual. Now, if you can hear a lawnmower in the background, sorry, my husband's decided to mow the lawn again because we're supposed to get some more rain later in the week, and he wanted to get that done. Anyway, such is life. Alrighty, so I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. That's the one I want. Okay, so again, hi. We're looking at the elements of music. As you know, that's my thing. That's what I like to talk about. And so tonight I'll give you a very brief, rundown of what the 8 elements of music are. Then we're going to look at a melody mind map and what that looks like, and then couple of ways you can use it in class. But I'll also be basing this activity because it's nearly Thanksgiving in the States, and it's a perfect day to say thank you. Every day is a day to say thank you, but that's what we're going to be looking at today. So I'll actually be using the song Thank You by Dido, or Dido, however you want to say it. It was from 2009. It was it's a song from a while ago, but it's just a lovely song. I thought I'd base it on that tonight. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So as I said, here's the 8 elements of music. You can see we've got dynamics, form, harmony, melody, which is what we're focusing on this month and tonight, rhythm, texture, timbre, and tonality. Now, again, for me, I actually use, under the one banner of pitch, I use melody, tonality, and harmony all comes under that one banner. So if I use that term, please forgive me. I'll try not to make a mistake, but I can't guarantee it. So melody is, a simple definition of melody is this one: a series of pitches that forms a tune. That's what melody is. But obviously a melody is, in music, is often the basis for something else. So it could be the basis where that the chords are built around, could be the basis where the rhythmic ideas are built around, other melodic ideas are built around, the instrumental roles, who performs the melody, all that sort of thing. So it all sort of is encompassed in that. So I said, we'll look at the mind maps. So this is one, so this one's got pitch in it as well, but I think on my blog I don't actually have that pitch there. But for the mind maps, you can see that if melody is the main idea, the things that are around it, this is the things I get my kids to actually listen for, and I say morph into pitch or morph into melody. So it's melody, ornamentation, range, register, roll, or range, roll, register, okay, phrasing and harmony. As I said, pitch is in there as well, but I normally call all of this pitch, okay, so that's where that comes in for me. All right, so, but if we're going to look at the definitions, though, of those, now, the thing is, if we go back to that, you could give the kids this mind map, and you could say, okay, we're going to listen to a song, and I want you just to write down something about all of these things. While you listen, just write something down, see what you can come up with, and then you'll be surprised. They'll actually probably surprise themselves more than anything else about what they actually could write about, and how much information they can actually put on the page. Because if you say to them, oh, we're going to do a question about melody or pitch, they're going to go, I don't want to do that. Do it this way. Sometimes it's a nice way to ease in, and it surprises them how much they can actually do and how much they actually know. So that's why I like using them, because it's a really great thing to do. Sorry, I'll stop yelling now because my husband stopped the mower. Alrighty, so just to make sure that we've got definitions here. So another way to do it is just to give them a simple, use this mind map and give them the task of actually just writing the definitions around them. So we've got melody as a series of pitches that form as a tune. Ornamentation is the embellishments added to the melody, all the fancy bits, okay? Range is the distance between the lowest and highest note performed on an instrument. Register is the height of pitch performed by an instrument. So is it treble or bass? I always talk to my kids when I refer to register, I get them to think about their own voice, even if they're not singers, okay, or their own instrument. And I like to sit them at a piano and say, okay, find middle C. Right, now find the notes that you can actually play. So what notes can your instrument play, or what notes can your instrument sing, or what can you sing? So I know for myself and my own voice, when I hit middle C, I can get down to about below middle C, depends on the day, usually a nice F below middle C. That's a good one. I can get a little bit lower sometimes, but not much more than that. But I know that the majority of my voice is in the treble clef. Okay, so I know that if I'm singing a melody or trying to sing something and I can't sing it, I know it's definitely in the bass clef. I said, that's just the way I get my kids to actually think about it, so that they have a bit more of an understanding of where register is, because it's a weird word. Okay, but so treble, bass, and I said if they can think about their instrument or their voice and where it sits on the piano, where their notes actually find, you'll find that's a really good thing to do. Then we've got roll, which is the role that the pitched instruments perform in the excerpt. Phrasing, which is the shorter sections that combine to make up the melody as a whole, or the little musical sentences, or where the singer takes a little breath. And then the harmony is the shorter sections that can't, oh, that's wrong, combined to make the melody as a whole. That's wrong. Harmony is not that. Harmony is the pitched instruments that perform to support the melody using melodic accompaniment. Okay, so sorry about that. I don't know why I made that mistake, but anyway, it's been one of those days. All right, so let's go on. So as I said, I will put this link in the description. I can't, I'm not going to play it for you, but that's the song I'm actually referring to. Have a little listen. In fact, I would suggest that you pause, have a little listen to the song, get the idea of what it sounds like, so you can see where I've come from and where my answers are actually here, and why I've got the information on the page that I do. Okay, as I said, that's the song, Thank You, by her. So the melody is obviously performed by a female vocalist. The ornamentation, now the main ornamentation is melisma, and then I like to get my kids to actually be really specific about what lyrics are actually the melisma is on. So in the verse, there's a couple of things, use bits of melisma on remind me and bad and others and others, but in the chorus is on I and O. So I want to thank you. There's a lot there. She does I think she does an octave jump, if I can remember rightly. So the range of the melody, little over an octave, a little bit, okay. Register, low treble. She sort of gets, yeah, but it's not real high. Okay, so that's low treble. The role of the instruments, like there's lots of them, but I'm just going to be talking about the voices performing the melody. The phrasing is 2-bar and it's asymmetric or uneven. Okay, they're not nice, even little phrasing. And then the harmony is provided by the guitar, the piano, bass. It's consonant sounding, and the chords. Sorry, the chords change about every 2 bars. Okay, so how does this all fit into creating a bit of writing? So I said, this is where we like to, I like to use music, as you know. So our main idea is melody. So melody in music, oh, hang on, my brain's just having a middle thing. A melody is a series of pitches that forms a tune. Then I'm going to introduce the song. In the song, thank you. Whoops. And I said he's about to get really noisy out there in a minute as well. By Dido. Oh, I hate it when I do that. In the song Thank You by Dido, the melody features, or the use of melody, I should say. Melody features several different musical elements and techniques. That'll do for the moment. You'll get the idea. I said, Sorry about that. I might have to bring that a bit closer because I know things going to be very noisy. This is life, lovelies. Okay, so we've just done essentially our main idea, which is melody, and our understanding. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. All right. I don't think I can get that any closer to me at the moment. Sorry. Just trying to get my mic a bit closer so you can hear me, and hopefully not that noise that's out there that my husband is making. That's okay. All right. So that's the main idea and the understanding. So the next part is our samples and in-depth information. And I'm literally just going to make sentences. And don't forget, this does not have to be in a paragraph form. It could be in point form, but I do prefer to actually, especially my younger years, at least show them how to do paragraphs. They can pull back and do point form later on. But the reason is it actually helps them in so many other subjects when they get this, when they get it. All right. So we're just going to basically make a sentence out of each of those other things. So the melody is performed by the lead, female vocalist. She sings, I should do that, sorry. I need to stop saying whoops. She sings using the technique of melisma on several lyrics in both the verse and chorus. Okay. And then I'm going to define what melisma is. Melisma is the singing of more than one note on a, did I write that? I thought I did that. Syllable. Okay, so that's what melisma is. It's the singing of more than one note on a syllable. This is going to be a long paragraph. This can be heard on the lyrics I and O in the chorus. Now, just to by the way, I ordinarily would actually be, if this was my senior students, we would just be focusing on melody, and I wouldn't be doing all the range register roll would be another paragraph, phrasing would be another paragraph, same with harmony. But I'm just trying to put this all in one because in my lower grades, as in like year 9s and 10s, and maybe some year 7s and 8s, maybe depends on the class, I would get to doing this sort of stuff. Okay, so and that's why I'm just going to make this one big paragraph. Okay, the range of the melody is a little over an octave. And I'm going to put those together. The register is low treble. Okay. I'm not going to say what the role is because we've basically already said that, okay, that the melody is performed by. So that's the role there. Okay, so I will be talking about phrasing. The phrasing of the melody is in 2 bars. These are uneven throughout because she doesn't actually sing through the whole phrase. It's sort of some parts it's sort of on the back end of the phrase, some it's on the front, you know, it's not, you know, even all the way through. Okay, alrighty. The overall harmony of the song is consonant. This means pleasant sounding. Okay, it's actually in a minor key. That doesn't matter. The harmonic role is performed by the guitar, piano, and bass guitar, and the chords change approximately every 2 bars. Okay, so it's basically every phrase. You could even say that. Alrighty, that is essentially it. So we put all that information that I've got on the side there into a paragraph. So you can see how much we've actually expanded it. So this one tiny bit here to this one big bit here. Okay, so the last thing I have to do is the connect to concept. Okay, and this is where I say melody is important in a piece of music because, and I always do that because Sue was typing weird. The melody is important in a piece of music because. Now, why is it important? That's why I ask the kids, why do you have a melody? Why do we have a melody? Like, what's the important thing about it? And it often takes a bit to get it out of them, but basically the melody is important because it makes a song recognizable. It makes a song unique. And however someone performs, it could be the same song, but how they treat that melody is different. So that's the thing. So melody is important in a piece of music because it makes the song I say unique and distinct from other pieces of. Okay, so that's essentially all of this. Alrighty, so that's what we've got there. So I'm going to copy and paste all that, and then I'm going to highlight it into the different colors so you can see what I mean where we have the actual final paragraph. So paste. Oh, why did that go so big? Don't know why it did that. All right, let's go back. We don't want 32. That's too big. All right, let's try 26. Ah, that's better. That's better. All right, and I like it justified. All right, so the main idea is melody. So that is the bit that we do in pink. Okay, now our understanding is this next bit. All right, so that is a series of pitches that forms a tune, as well as the introducing the name of the performer who's done that. The next part then, as I said, is our sample and in-depth information. So the melody is our sample, is performed. Melody is, that's our sample. And then the in-depth information is saying who it's performed by the lead female vocalist. So that's in red, because that's important. All right. She sings using the technique of melisma, okay, on several lyrics. So that's the sample, and the in-depth information is actually telling us when it happened, okay? All right, the next thing, melisma. We've explained what melisma is. So again, this is more in-depth information attached to that last point there, okay? So that's what that is. Then the range of the melody, so that's the range of the melody. So that's again another sample. What we're referring to is a little over an octave. So that is your important information there. So just do that bit. Okay, and the register, again, another sample is your green and is low treble. Again, another important information. It's just in-depth information expanding on that. The phrasing of the melody. Okay, so again, this is the sample. We're talking about a specific musical sample is in 2 bars. And then we're talking about the fact that they are uneven throughout. So that, again, that's in-depth information, because we could have just said that the melody is 2 bars, 2-bar phrasing. That's it. But we want to give a bit more information. The overall harmony. So again, specific information, the sample, I should say. And then our specific information is consonant. And again, we've expanded on that information and given it in-depth information. The harmonic role is performed by, again, this is a sample. This is the sample, the specific sample. And then we've given the actual information there, saying what instruments are performing it at every 2 bars. Now, again, if we were expanding this and this was being written by a senior student, I would suggest that they would actually, like, again, harmony is on its own, and they would actually be talking about what the bass line's actually doing, what the guitar's doing, what the keyboard's doing, and how they're actually performing that harmonic role. But this is just for the purpose tonight. We're going to do that. And this last bit is our connector concept. So here we go. Alrighty, so the whole thing ends up being a melody is a series of pitches that forms a tune. In the song Thank You by Dido, the use of melody features several different musical elements and techniques. The melody is performed by the lead female vocalist. She sings using the technique of melisma on several lyrics in both the verse and the chorus. Melisma is the singing of more than one note on a syllable. This can be heard on the lyrics I and O in the chorus. The range of the melody is a little over an octave, and the register is low treble. The phrasing of the melody is in 2 bars. These are uneven throughout. The overall harmony of the song is consonant. This means pleasant sounding. The harmonic role is performed by the guitar, piano, and bass guitar, and the chords change approximately every 2 bars. Melody is important in a piece of music because it makes the song unique and distinct from other pieces of music. That could probably be written better, but that is essentially it. Okay. So that is how you can use a mind map. And again, if you'd given the kids the music and played it for them and said, okay, talk about some little things, I would have then gone through and said, okay, what as a class, what information have you got, and collect the information together. And then as a class, I said, especially the first time you're doing it, I would be demonstrating how to do this, how to turn this information into this. And then what I normally do is get the kids then to write it out, and then highlight it so that they know that that's the main idea. That's the understanding. That's the sample. That's the in-depth information. Sample, in-depth information all the way through. And the last bit is the connector concept. Because just doing that, again, using the colors, the writing, the whole process, it helps them make it concrete for them. Okay, I said, it works. I wouldn't tell you if it didn't. It does. It works. It helps. Okay. All right. So you can find music classroom resources ready for you to use today over in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. Use the link in the description below to find my store, or simply if you go to Teachers Pay Teachers and put in Jooya Teaching Resources, I'm the only one, so you will certainly find me that way. If you would like a free copy of the Elements of Music mind maps, use this link, juliajooya.com/free mind maps, all smooshed together. Okay, that is the thing. So again, juliajooya.com/free mind maps, and there you'll just enter some information, and then you'll get sent an email with the information, the free mind maps in there. They're not color, they're black and white, so it's printer friendly, and it makes it really easy to use. And look, honestly, I use it so much in my teaching, it's not funny. Okay, so you can find, again, more information on melody if you want to have a look at a bit more in my blog over at juliajooya.com. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Thank you.